Hi everyone, I hope you all are great. Today we will have adverbs. First, you have to log in using the a+10.com. Click on new, move on to language at the grade 7. Chapter is adverbs. Lesson is identify adverbs, form and use comparative and superlative adverb. Alright, so I'll take you through logging in. After clicking on the a+then.com, you move over here, you click on your name, then you go to English, which is language arts, and you scroll down to grade 7 and you move to adverbs. Okay, so we'll start with the first lesson, identify adverbs. Alright, so an adverb is a word that describes or modifies a verb, adjective, or adverb. It tells you how, when, where, to what extent, or to what degree. So some adverbs tell you how. This adverb usually end with ly. How well does she play the accordion? So she plays the accordion splendidly. So with ly is usually what how. Okay, so how does something happen? Then some adverbs tell you when. So we have when will he perform? He'll perform soon. Okay. Some adverbs tell you where. Where did she go? She went downstairs. So you have to note what the adverbs tells us. Then we have some adverbs that tell us to what degree or to what extent. Okay. So we have here to what extent or degree is he reasonable? He is not reasonable. So it tells us what extent, degree, where, how, and what. So we have when. Okay. So these are the different ways that the adverb is being defined or explained. Okay. All right. So we have selected three adverbs here. Let's look at some examples for the adverbs. Okay. So we have what? My landlord, who is amazingly handy, just fixed my leaky faucet and promised to repair my stove tomorrow. So we have tomorrow as what? Describing the verb. Just as what? Describes the verb fix. And then amazingly is the adverb that describes the adjective handy. Okay. So two adverb here we have what? The donuts that I purchased yesterday were too stale to eat, so I discarded them. So yesterday is an adverb that describes the verb purchased, and to is an adverb that describes the adjective stale. Alright, so let's go to the test and you can share your answers with me for what adverbs are. So you have to select two adverbs here. Is it the first or the second? Okay, so let's see. So what do we have as the adjective here? We have the second. So select two adjective here, first to second. Okay, so we have the first one. Then three adjective, first to second. Okay, so we have what? The first one. So select the three adjective here. Okay, so we have what's the first one. So select the three adjective, three adverbs, I mean, first to second. Okay, so we have what? The first one. So select the two adverbs here. Okay, so I also noticed that I clumsily dropped my notes on my way to the stage. Then select one adverb, first to second. Okay, so what do we have here? We have the first. So select the three adjective here, the three adverbs here, first to second. So we have what? The first one. Okay, so that's it for this lesson. We'll move on to the next one. But tell me, do you have any questions before we continue to form and use comparative and superlative adverbs? Alright, since we have no questions, we'll continue. So you can use adverbs to compare actions. Okay, so you can use that to compare actions. Comparative adverb compare the action of a person, thing, or group to the action of some other person, thing, or group. So basically, it compares between one person and another. Okay, then superlative compare the action of a person, thing, or group to the action of a larger group that it is part of. So superlative compares between a larger group, like two and above. Okay, so the superlative is a lot of people or a lot of things, and comparative adverb is just one, between one. Okay, so for adverbs that have one syllable, you have to add er to make the comparative adverb, add est to make the superlative adverb. If the base ends in e, you have to drop the e and then you add er or est. So it's like one syllable. So we have soon, sooner, soonest, close, closer, and then closer. So this for like one syllable. And then for adverbs that have more than one syllables, okay, that's in the words, you have to add more to comparative, and then you add most to the superlative. Okay, so like safely is two syllable, right? So more safely, more safely for more than one syllable. Okay, and then for adverbs that end in, like for the adverb early, you have to drop y. So that's adverb that end with y. You have to make the yi. So you add er to make the comparative, and then you add est to make the superlative adverb. So we have early, earlier, earliest. Okay. So I hope you get that. And if you have any question, just ask me. Okay. To complete the sentence with the correct comparative or superlative adverb, the man running the antique auction talks even dash than Ross does. So we have what? Faster. Okay, because it's just between like 1 or 2%. Okay, just between one person. Okay, like Ross and then the other person. Then Lamont seems to think the dash of all my friends. So all my friends, we have what? Most, because all my friends, it's not just one, it's a lot of people. So most scientifically. Okay, so let's go to the test, and if you have a question you can ask me. You can also share your answers with me. Okay, so Brittany always remember her dreams dash than I do. So complete the sentence with the correct comparative or superlative adverb, first or second. So we have what more vividly than I do. As it turned out, our train left the depot much dashed than scheduled, late or later. So much what later. Then Mr. Watson campaigned dashed than his opponent and won the election. Harder or hard? Okay, so we have campaigned harder than his opponents. Of all the traders at his firm, Mr. Chandler is known for investing the dash cautiously or most cautiously. So most cautiously, then as the sun warms the surface of the air, the temperature of the land increases dash than the temperature of the water, more rapidly or rapidly. Okay, so increases more rapidly. Okay, so is it more clearly or clearly here? So the diagram in our textbook illustrates the process of evaporation more clearly than the one that Miss Patrick drew. All right, that's it for our lesson today under the adverb. Can you tell me if you have any questions? Okay, so since we have no questions, we end here. Complete this lesson if you haven't. See you next time. Bye.